All right. I'm not exactly sure how this live works on TikTok, but here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and start my new world, a Fresh Dawn pre-release. We'll see how that goes. Welcome. I am just starting up our brand new world on Hytale, a brand new game that's in pre-release right now. It is a pretty beautiful game. I like it a lot. So hopefully you have been seeing it around the TikToks lately or not. But I have just started up a brand new world here. And I got a pretty interesting start here. I've got a good blue forest over here, good autumn forest here. Huge area that I can check. Lots of little pools in here for the blue petals that I'll need for the farming stand later. We got the fourth zone right around the corner over there. That's pretty neat. A few structures around here as well that look like an interesting thing to explore. So hopefully I can get some good use out of that. The first thing I need to get to though is this Forgotten Temple Gateway, because that is what is going to unlock the memory system. And a lot of people like to grab this candle right away because what you can do is you can put that in your offhand, and now I've got a candle kind of just for the whole thing there. So welcome to those who joined. I can check out my mini map up here and show where that Forgotten Temple is up at the top, that little compass thing. And as I explore the zones, it'll unlock new things. I'll grab some stuff along the way. Seems like a nice tree. Just gonna gather some supplies here. Takes a while to slap a tree down, but you know, eventually you get some good tools. I like a nice little cozy of a stream, so I'm just gonna kind of gather stuff and chat in a nice mild way. So if you want to just relax, chill for a bit, enjoy some boars yelling at me apparently. Oh, that's a spider. Well, I can't deal with you yet, so I'm just gonna run away from that. I see some wolves. That's not a good thing. And we'll eat some berries on the way. The poison should go away any minute now. Beautiful thing about this is you can get a lot of berries right away in the beginning of the game. And when you get those berries, you're able to just eat them to regain your health. Okay, so here's the temple. Got a little skeleton guy on the outside there. I'll have to keep an eye out for him. I think I can just come around here and kind of take the parkour way to the entrance. One of the things I love about this game is the mounting system to jump up to 4 blocks or higher if you've got tools and whatnot. Lets me kind of get to where I need to be. I want to kind of get into this temple without the skeleton noticing. And this is kind of the basic layout of the first temple that you're going to hit. It's got some stuff in here that you want to take. There is a bucket that will come in handy later. Not really much use for these mushrooms yet, aside from some light sources. And down here is a little emerald guy. But before we get to him, you can come over to the sides here and find some decent gear. Got a copper cirrus. Just gonna sneak around so he doesn't see me yet. And there's another chest over here as well. Looks like I got a free pickaxe, that's nice. And then what I can do is, since I am looking to kind of make this my home, I'm going to come up here and build my first crafting bench. Let's see, where do I want to place it? How much do I need for that builder's workbench? It looks like I need some stone in there. So let me see if I can go find some stones laying around. I'll just get a few of these because this will give me a nice start to my crafting. Get some berries there as well. Alright. A lot of people compare this game to Minecraft, and it's an apt comparison. I believe the game originally started as a mod for Minecraft, so the aesthetic is, you know, close-ish. But I love the nice quality of life improvements over what Minecraft usually offered. Yeah, I want a builder's workbench or a workbench. That's what I really want. Workbench itself will give me access to some more recipes. Where do I want to put this right away? I think I'm going to get these and get rid of this moss a little bit. It'll give me some plant fibers, some moss, and then maybe over in this corner here, I'll put my first workbench. I need a torch. Some torches would be nice. Tree sap is great because it's usable as stuff for your torches, along with plant fiber and sticks. So I'm just going to craft a few torches here. Those are nice to have. I don't think they do anything mechanically aside from light up your area, so I don't think it prevents things from spawning in certain places. It might a little bit. I've kind of tangentially noticed that some spawns are prevented when you're in caves. Get that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think the stalactites were stalagmites? I think they would be the stalagmites, the ones coming up from the ground. I didn't think that they would give me cobblestone. I thought they would give me rubble. That's okay. What else can I make in here? I have not much else. No rubble, so I can't make any of the other tools there. I do need a furnace after a bit. Builder's workbench would come later. I believe this is for making your stone and stuff and wood into other things. And then the furniture workbench is for a bunch of other stuff, like I can build chests and beds and stuff with that. Usually really nice to have those around. Miscellaneous tab, the best thing out here, I believe, is the backpack. But I do need to get some iron for that and some leather. There are a bunch of traps I've never really gotten into using, but apparently you can use these pretty strategically to actually go and stop enemies from attacking you or trapping enemies, obviously, in pits with spikes and then automatically killing them. It's an easy way to kind of avoid some of the combat. But for now, I still want to get that memory system up and running. So I will hold on that. I just noticed, too, I do not have a crude sword. That is requiring some rubble. Got some rubble there. There's some more rubble. Now I can craft my crude sword. Let's see if we can take out this guy. He's actually pretty easy for as scary as he is. You just really have to keep your distance. He drops some emeralds and green crystal shards. It's nothing too terribly exciting, but it might have some uses later. The green crystal shards you can turn into some good crystal decorations. Don't think I found a use for them in any real recipes yet. The emeralds I don't believe are usable in a recipe yet either. But that guy should stay down for a bit. So that portal takes you to the Forgotten Temple. some interesting plays with stuff that you can see but not really interact with for the most part, at least for now. And there's a lot of little animals around. None of them will run away from you. This guy trades some stuff if you have some essences of life, which you can get these really easily by harvesting crops. So I see that there's a recipe for pumpkin pie and apple pie. I would want either of these, honestly. Both of these, I would argue, are some of the best recipes in the game for food, because that stamina boost is fantastic for getting around. You can just run so much further and faster with that extra stamina. So this is the memory system. I am guessing this is going to be a huge part of the actual game, of the adventure mode. And this requires us to find creatures throughout the whole world. So the world's called Orbis, and you have to find all these creatures and restore the memories. I've already found 2 creatures, so I can get those in there. One's a bird. There's a duck around me right now, so I got them, and I got a frog as well. But what's really cool is you can just kind of run around this area, and you can see I'm getting a bunch of different things in my memories collected right now. There's a guy with one eye in here. And you can see when I collect a memory, a little thing comes above their head. So that way I know that somebody or something that I am seeing is new to me, at least. There's all these little guys around that wave at you. And more importantly, in this area, there are deer, stags, all sorts of little creatures. A lot of little flying creatures up high. There's rabbits, I believe. I want to be able to get these owls, but I'm not really sure if I can get high enough. They're really hard to get a lot of these flying creatures, especially in this area, because they usually avoid being right above your head. It's almost happenstance that I've gotten avians, and I've had a lot of trouble in my main world for getting those. Let's see, anything else interesting there? A little squirrel? Sure. And this is kind of like the main draw of the advancement in the game right now. Once you collect enough memories, you can go ahead and turn them in at the statue again. And when that happens, if you get enough of them, it unlocks more things that you can do in the game. So before I turn these in, I can actually go to my menu and go to my collected memories. And you can collect up to 48 memories at a time. So right now I've got 8. Didn't get any of the other flying ones, which is unfortunate, but I got quite a few of other guys here. I don't know why this guy in here is not showing me anything. This guy, when I originally was playing this game back when it first released, this guy gave me a memory too, so I don't know if that's a bug for now. Storing 8 memories. And you can see I unlocked 10 memories already. So that lets me add 3 new decorative chests to my crafting ability and 2 more eternal seeds at the farmer's workbench. So as I go, I'll be able to do more and more things. So when I get 25 memories, I'll be able to have the base amount of teleporters, which is probably the best way to get around in the game, +1. And then 50 memories gives me another +1 for those teleporters, some actual stuff at the alchemist's workbench, decorative chests, more eternal seeds. Once you hit 100 memories, you get the ancient gateway, which lets you kind of go to the they're like these special zones that you only get a few minutes to play in. And when you're in there, it's using a different way to generate the world. Right now, the main game, the exploration mode, uses World Gen V1. And you can go into these other zones that use World Gen V2, which is what they're kind of building everything up to. So I think right now it's a way to test the version 2 of the world building, and it looks a lot more dynamic, a lot more interesting. There's a lot bigger mountains, there's a lot bigger like swaths of land that look really kind of naturally put together and kind of handcrafted. It's really cool. And then 200 memories gives you the maximum amount of teleporters. I think it's 8 at this point. And then it gives you access to even more eternal seeds and whatnot. I've got like 201 or 202 memories unlocked on my primary world. So it'll be interesting to see how long it kind of takes on here to get that unlocked. So for now, there's not much else I can do unless I want to, you know, fudge around and try to get these flying creatures. But the best thing to do is just to play the game, and it will naturally unlock more memories as you go through. So I'm just going to come right back through this portal and go back up the stairs to my workbench and see what else I can throw together at this point. Ooh, I found a mouse. That's nice. Okay. So I need, let's see, I would really like a blacksmith's anvil. I need some copper ingots for that. I need to get some more trees and stuff for almost anything. I need to get some hides for a tanning rack so I can turn hides into leather. Plant fiber for the farmer's workbench. That one's going to be really helpful because the farmer's workbench lets me plant things and grow crops and get those life essences very easily. Armor's workbench is going to be another big goal of it because the armor's workbench lets me create armor. So instead of just finding it in chests, I can make my own, but I also need ore for that. Chef stove is going to come into play later. Right now I will survive on berries and eventually meat. What I can do with enough materials, more rubble, is I can make a campfire. And when I hunt some animals, I'll be able to use that meat to make some a little bit better food. So blocking costs a little bit of stamina against these guys. There's no natural regen in the game unless you have specific effects on. Like if you have some food that have given you regen effects, it will help you regen your health as you just sit there. There's also an Arcanist's workbench later that you can get. I really need an axe, my goodness. There's an Arcanist workbench that you can get later that basically will let you create a totem that you can throw down on the ground, and then that totem lets you regen your health pretty easily. So right now I'm just getting some plant fibers and whatnot, clearing the brush, making it a nicer looking place. You know, arguably. I do like the natural look of a lot of these things, but I do need the plant fibers this early on in the game. And crude hatchet is for taking out the trees. So let me find some rubble and pick up some sticks as I go. Probably going to be some rubble down here. Yep. Create myself a hatchet, and now I don't have to punch trees anymore. That'll be nice. I don't want to get the trees right in front of the pond because I like the looks of that. There we go. A healthy amount of wood. I see a bear over there. I'm not going to engage in that bear. Bears are a little deadly when you're starting off the game. Just want to gather some materials and find a different area to kind of find some wood and sticks and rubble in. Let's see, how much wood do I have? Some oak and some beech. It's not too bad. Here's a nice big tree. how's everybody doing now? I am just getting ready for the weekend. Gonna be having the kids by myself while my wife is out traveling, and gonna have a nice relaxing time at home, I think. Ooh, a blood flower already, a blood rose. Gonna gather that because I'm gonna need those petals later. Another one. Nice. What's nice about the blood roses and the other plants like that is they do glow in the dark, and it's really easy to see. You're going to want to collect them as much as you can, especially at the beginning of the game. Here's another skeleton guy. Can't have him hanging around my temple. Okay, I'm not really sure why he went up there, but that's alright. And once you get used to the cadence of attacking and blocking, it's pretty easy to take out most enemies one-on-one. A lot of the enemies have pretty basic AI right now, and they are pretty easy to kind of trick and get going where you want them to be going. Once you get a bow and arrow, it makes things a lot easier to get them from far away. But I have also noticed that if you are in a place where they absolutely cannot get to you, there is a very good chance that you'll do a bit of damage, and then they will run back to their spawn point and just regen all of their health. Okay, foxes. They are rather docile in the daytime. At night, I believe they do attack you on sight, so got to be a little careful after a while. Let's see what else we have around here. I'm on the lookout for a cave right now, but I'm wondering if I should actually look for a structure. I see one. This is an interest. It generated a water block above a ladder? Okay. I mean, I'll take it. We're going down. Hi. This guy's just relaxing on top of a pot. Sure. Got crude arrow. That's nice. I don't know if there's anything special down here. Some copper. That's good. A little bit more down here. That's good too. Nothing else that I really care too much about in here. But I believe they're working on fixing some of the world generation. I'm guessing World Gen V2 will have less of these oddities around. I'm not entirely sure how they would easily fix that with the way the worlds are generated right now, but that's well beyond my capabilities of computer programming for now. I see a cow over there. That'll be useful for milk later, but for now I can just get the cow and the calf. Memories. And I see some wheat over here. That'll be good to have too. I haven't found any good. And I don't like killing rabbits. I usually avoid that. Let's see if this does that fun thing where the entire area just kind of breaks when you pick up a stone rubble. I'm picking up stone rubble above pebbles, I think. I can't remember what this is. Yeah, stone rubble. These little blocks turn into pebbles, but like if you pick up rubble in the middle of these pebbles and there's a cave underneath, the whole thing collapses and you just get tons of rubble raining everywhere. Same thing happens in the deserts. It's actually really unsafe to grab these things when they are on top of sand or on top of pebbles like this. So you have to be really careful. Stay near the edges. It's probably your best bet. So that way you're not worried about falling into an unseen hole. I've also seen it where if you try to gather stuff by a tree, the tree will start collapsing in certain spots. And it's really weird. But it is pre-release, so I expect some bugs. Oh, this is a treasure trove of berries over here. I'm just going to grab these. It's getting kind of late, so I might head back. Another blood rose. That's nice. And so I tried to find my temple gateway on the map, and I found it. Because at this level, without some good tools and good armor at nighttime, some really creepy guys come out, and I do not want to deal with them right now. One of the things I love about this world spawn, honestly, is the river that's cutting through the temple here. In my main world, the world that I'm using to showcase like all the cool stuff that I'm figuring out about this game, I just have a temple in the middle of a field, but I'm also taking that temple and I'm fully restoring all the bridges and the towers and stuff like that and making it look nice. Yeah, this skeleton guy is going to keep spawning over here. I don't like that too terribly much. I still don't have a hide for that. I don't think I need a builder's workbench yet. Furniture workbench. Sure, I'll craft one of those. Let's see if I can craft a bed at all. I can craft a Quebec bed. Okay, perfect. That'll be good to start off with at the very least. We don't have any doors in here, but, you know, it's fine. I'll there, and I'm just going to keep the original name and interact with it in order to sleep. All right. So I'm going to keep my bed there. So now I have a spawn spot there. So if I do die, I will come back to the bed and that'll be good. Okay. So checking out my map. Let's see what we have over here. This looks like a promising spot for a cave. This looks like a promising spot for a cave. I found cave diving is probably the best way to find ores, especially in this first zone here. So I'm going to have to fight this skeleton again. Sometimes they get a quicker attack on you there, but that's okay for now. Alright, yeah, we do have a cave here. It is a cave that water leads down into, so that'll be a nice way in and out. And we'll come down here and we'll see kind of where it gets us. Okay, this is not a bad spot. I'm going to go ahead and find my torches. Put that into that slot there. Probably make a few more. Let's do 10 more. That sounds good. And we'll put those in the slot as well. Now what's nice is with the torches in my offhand, I have light, but also I can place them to kind of showcase where I need to go if I'm not on a weapon, apparently. Okay, so here is where I'm going to get my first light hide from the mice in the cave that attack me. I usually leave the passive mobs alone because they don't want any beef with me. So I don't need to fight them. These things are interesting, the boom shrooms. If you step on them, they explode. So I am surprised that I'm seeing them right here, right out the bat. I normally see these in the desert area. I don't think I need to collect much more than that. I do see some copper up there, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, just one. That's not great, but, you know, it is what it is. And honestly, since I'm in the pre-release, I want to come back here this entrance is my way out. So I want to not lose my way here. Let me get this rat rather. Mice are something entirely different. Go to my map, and I mean, it's going to be easy to see, but I'm going to create a map marker here. Just a tent. We'll make it blue. Sure. And cave entrance. You know, it's a cave. Why not use the cave marker? Sure. Close enough. I can't make a marker on myself yet, but that's fine. So since I want rats to spawn, and since I need those hides, I'm not going to be placing many torches, so on my way out I can get more rats. Nothing dangerous around here. I'll gather this copper as well. Some extra stone. There we go. What I love about the ore in this game is it not only gives you the ore, it also gives you the stone that the ore is stuck in. So it's kind of a double dipping on the mining there, which is nice. So now I've got some glow over here. That's probably a mushroom. Yep. That is just mossy stone. I don't want to get too lost in this cave yet. I do have enough inventory space, at least right now. Alright, some more rats. And what do we have here? It looks like some red crystals. These will be useful later. These crystals are used in the later stages of your farmer's workbench upgrades. I don't really need them right now, and I like the light ambiance, so I'm going to keep them sitting around. We're just looking for copper. If we're lucky, we'll get some iron as well. Gotta avoid the pits. I mean, I want to get down further so I can get iron, but I want to get some copper gear before I do that. And I really want to avoid the lower levels with all of the lava creatures, because down there are some nefarious toads that if you've played the game for any length of time and have encountered them at all, you will know exactly. I think all of those went up to the surface. Because I believe as stuff spawns inside the rocks, it goes all the way up. Which, you know, whatever. It's one hide and one duck down. Nope, I'm gonna have to go through here. Okay, perfect. Where am I going now? I'm just kind of spelunking through this cave, kind of randomly, going down a little bit, and eventually I'll have to make my way back up. But for now, we're relatively safe in this area. This is the first zone. I think it's called the Enchanted Forest, but I could be wrong about that. Very curious if you can create the stalactites and stalagmites at all, because I know there is a way to turn these cobblestones and whatnot into, what is over here, into rubble. It is a bat. We do not need a bat to kill it because they are passive, so That guy gets to live. But I'm wondering if you can turn any of the rubble into stalactite columns. This is a nice copper vein here. It goes down a little bit further even. I might head up soon. I'm getting a lot of copper. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going. This is what you call a lucky break. It's an interesting experience coming from Minecraft. I've played Minecraft for a while, and coming down into the caves at first was anxiety-inducing. Knowing the caves in Minecraft and knowing how notorious they are for randomly spawning creatures behind you. Ooh, I found a blue crystal room. That's nice. This is mostly just rats. And if I hit some underground structures, it's going to be some goblins as well. But it's relatively tame in this first zone. Now, when you get to further zones, my pickaxe is about to break. You'll see what happens when that happens. When you get into further zones, there is a lot of deadly creatures within the caves. Yeah, I'm just going to finish this one here. Okay. So, broken pickaxe, that's fine. I've got enough rubble, plants, and sticks for another one. So I'll grab that. How much ore do I have? I've got 2 iron. I don't know. I must have come from a chest. Got almost 50 copper. I think a couple more stacks would be helpful. Got more of these boom shrooms. Gotta be very careful around these guys. They just blow up the landscape and make your time in the caves not too great. I don't think you even want to, like, attack them. So I'm just picking them with the F button. Let's see, where am I on the map? I'm down near this circle of a river. That's pretty neat. Okay. Alright, and if I crouch, I can theoretically peek over the edge here. I'm not really seeing much down there. It's too dark. I'm going to avoid it for now. It might be hard to avoid some of it. I've got another mouse over here. A rat, sorry. Seedling Woods. Okay, I just entered a new zone by going through the caves here. And this is a big cave. We got some ores up there. Maybe I'll come down here. This seems safe enough. Although I'm starting to see, do you see those red flecks of light and the red glow down there? I think I'm approaching the danger zone right now. Yeah, it's getting into that area where I have to be really careful. We have a lot of ores here, which is great. But if I go down too deep, the lava frogs, magmatodes I think they're called, will start spawning. And those guys can team up on you and just obliterate you. They pull you all around. I think they quote-unquote nerfed them / improved them recently. The problem is that they're still deadly when they're in packs. What do I got here? Alright, I do see some more ore back there, so you can see it sticking out a little bit sometimes. Alright, make a little bit of a hole here. Ooh, I see some iron over there, so I'm going to go for that. Be a little daring. Why not? Okay. I see some rats. That's fine. Definitely takes a lot longer with this crude pickaxe. I'm used to the adamantite pickaxe on my main world, and this is so slow in comparison. Alright. What else? Saw a rat around here. I hear you. Oh, okay. Maybe jump a little bit. There is a... Oh, the rat just got killed by a boom shroom. See? If you're not careful, the caves will kill you. Didn't even have to take care of it. What is nice about the game right now is there's no experience yet. I mean, okay, it's not nice because I do like experience for killing enemies and leveling up and blah, 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 blah. But that means that enemies are really only for a challenge and for providing materials right now. So if other things kill the enemies, you still get drops. Alright, got some mystery ore there. I'm betting it's copper, but, you know, let's uncover this. There we go. Alright, got some more copper here. I am full. Okay, so what can I get rid of? I don't need these brown cat mushrooms. I can leave those to the wayside for now. We'll get a couple more copper ore. Okay. Is that that poor bat? Okay. I feel so bad for the passive mobs that just randomly die. I'm not sure why, but it's just kind of sad. Alright. Also, this is my first time live streaming any actual play of gameplay at all. I did some live streaming for tabletop role-playing games before, but I am very curious if there's anything wrong technically with the stream. Let me know. Like if the sound is weird, if I sound too quiet, I would love to improve anything I can do technically going forward. So just throw something in the chat if you are noticing anything off about the stream. I'm perfectly okay with adjusting things later if I need to. Got a lot of nice iron here as well, so we're just gonna gather some of this up and then get back to our home base. Now the unfortunate thing is I haven't found any structures yet. Usually structures give you chests, and the chests are what I kind of need to store all my excess stuff. I don't like to waste things. I've got 23 iron, I've got 3 stacks and 4 of copper. I'll gather this copper next. Oh, okay. You know what? I don't really care about these broken things yet. I don't need a repair kit for these things, honestly. What's nice is you can actually repair them later. Not worth it for these crude pickaxes, for sure. Oh yeah, see, there's some bad guys down there I do not want to trifle with. So I'm going to work my way back up. I missed some iron here. Alright, anything else that I can see that I can easily get to? I mean, there's some copper in the ceiling, but I don't care all that much to bridge up to it, or pillar up as they call it. There's some copper right here, I'll take that. And I can't reach that, but maybe I can reach that one. There we go. That's some extra copper on the way out. Okay, so now this is also a dangerous area. I do see a structure down there, but you're not going to catch me going down there. Not until I have at least thorium gear, which the progression of gear is generally considered to be first you go from stone, the crude tools, to copper, to iron. After iron, you can go to thorium, which comes from zone 2, I believe, is the desert zone. Zone 3 gives you cobalt in mass. Cobalt is fantastic as well. The thing about thorium armor, at least, is it protects you from poison. Cobalt gives you a different type of power-up, I believe. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like attack strength or something like that. Oh, goblin miner. Oh, there's bad guys over here. Okay, and the goblin miner. Hello. What? I don't know. I'm not doing anything. Oh yeah, I know. I'm such a stinker. They just drop scraps. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, cobalt. I think it gives you attack strength up on the armor. And then after cobalt, I believe, is the adamantite. That's all that's really in the game. You can find other armors on bad guys or in chests that are pretty good, better than iron, for sure. You can find other weapons that you can't craft. There is an ancient crossbow that is pretty deadly compared to the regular crossbow that you can craft. Come here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Excuse me for one moment. I do have to cough. Okay. I did find a way up, which is fantastic. Well, one of the things I love about this is you can go down one cave and come up another relatively easily. I found a chicken, some chickens. That's fun. I already got the fox before. There is a troll camp, I think, over here. I don't want to fight with them yet. Oh, all of my lights just went out. 1 second, please. We'll see if that fixes everything. Lights are coming back up. I do have a smart device. I think my kids might have turned everything off, but that's okay for now. I will put on my streaming light as well. That helps a bit. Okay. Got these guys here to get memories from. The Tetra Bird as well. Gather some more wheat and some berries. I'm glad that it was daytime by the time I got back up here. But I can see that my bed is on my radar now. I'm going to grab some of these. Oh, I do not have space for those. I am so sorry. I don't think I need... I'll get rid of the blue flat cap mushrooms. That's fine. do like the lavender. It's pretty abundant in this forest, and then some recipes later use flowers to make your spices and whatnot that you use in the higher tier recipes at your cooking station. Come on, berries. I guess as I'm playing through, does anyone have any questions about the game? Feel free to throw questions in the chat. I'd be happy to answer them. I've been playing for a bit. I've done a lot of exploring. I've done pretty much everything you can do in the game in exploration mode. I haven't touched really creative mode at all because I like to explore more than create in most cases. So if you have any questions, I'd be very happy to field those. For now, I'm going to grab some treasure chests from down here. See, that guy's back now. I think this one requires pickaxe. No, it's just I'm not used to how slow this stuff is. I'll just drop this for now. And then I'll be back once I can place this chest and put some supplies in it. Alright, I think over here is a good spot for my first chest. Okay, what do I need to store in here? Some cobblestone would be good. Clay, burnt dirt, my logs. I'll just put everything I can in there for now. That makes sense too. Building supplies mostly. Okay, I think some rubble can go in there as well. And then when I go to my workbench, see, I don't have any sticks in my inventory, but it is pulling from that chest right now. So I am able to grab those. So I'm going to build a campfire, put it in the middle here. Campfires do need fuel. I think I can use some of those sticks for fuel for now. It's kind of basic, but it is what it is. And then I got some meat in here, so it's going to cook that up and give me some better quality food that actually does have health regen and a health boost. So meat gives you a health boost in addition to health regen, and vegetables in recipes give you a health regen as well as stamina boost. Or stamina regen? I don't know. One of those two. I think it's stamina regen. So for now, these are a great early game food to utilize. It looks like an apple by itself gives me health regen for 45 seconds as well. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice this yet, but it looks like it tells you what animals enjoy the different foods. So apples can be used for goats, rams, and mouflons. I don't know what a mouflon is. But you use that to tame those animals, and then you're able to befriend them, and they no longer run away from you. Okay, I think I'm going to craft a furnace and get some ore smelted. Where do I want to put this? Maybe right up here. Perfect. We will put in some copper and some iron, and I need some good fuel for that as well. Maybe a stick. Put sticks in there and turn that on as well. So this will slowly smelt these ores and give me some more supplies that I can use to make some stuff. I want to be able to make some armor and some weapons, so I think with those copper ingots I'll be able to make both of those workstations. That'll be nice. And then, let's see, I want to clear this up a bit. Don't need that plate in there. Put it back up there. Maybe I'll put some of my workstations over here for now. Looks like I got a little pit down to the basement there. Alright, I got 4 of those. That's good enough for now. And while those are smelting, I'll create a blacksmith's anvil and an armorer's workbench. Perfect. Let's see. Blacksmith feels appropriate right next to the furnace. Armorer's workstand right next to it. I think I may be able to also create a tanning rack. That'll be nice to have as well. There we go. Tanning rack. A lot of people say keep your tanning rack outside because if you tan hides, it gives off like an odor or something. I'm not really sure, but you know, I'm not playing for that sort of realism right now. But maybe I'll stick it over here for now. I don't know. It seems like a good place as any. Doesn't matter too terribly much as long as I can access it. This one's nice because you just put the hides in and it auto-converts into leather. I'll grab more copper as I go. And let's see what we have access to. So I can make a copper sword. I can wait for some iron and that light leather to make an iron sword. Copper requires no leather. I do need a bow, though. Copper short bow I can make right now. I'm going to wait for an iron short bow. I think those iron ingots and the light leather will be a much better investment going to an iron short bow right away. That's going to do a lot more damage than a copper short bow. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go and grab this second chest down here. He's sleeping. It's a nice sleepy night for people. There we go. And eventually I'll clean up the temple and make it a nice lived-in area. I haven't touched this area down here in my main world too terribly much. I did create a fence around the golem, so that way I can get to the portal without him bothering me. Because there's no reason to kill him after a while once you have enough of his materials. And he just keeps respawning anyway. I think I will put this chest here, and in here we'll put some flowers and stuff. The natural stuff. An apple can go in there as well. There's some essence of life. Toss that in there also. Okay, I want to keep my berries. Blood rose should go in there too, and I'll put the crystals in there too. Why not? I'll put the rubble in here. You can press T to auto sort, and it keeps things nice and organized. All right. Now I know that crops grow overnight if you sleep. I want to test to see if my iron smelts while I'm asleep. Don't try this at home. You could burn down your house. There we go. It did not. So, I mean, I passed the night away. That's fine. But that was a good experiment. I don't have to worry about too much outdoors anymore right now. But I do have to wait for this iron to smelt, and it is abysmally slow at the first level here. Let's see. As I am waiting, what else do I have to unlock? I need bone fragments for upgrading my armorer's workbench, a bunch of medium leather, and azure logs. So that's going to be some quests that I need to do later to get those items. And in order to do so, once I get that upgrade, it will unlock cobalt helms and thorium helms. And you can see here, this gives projectile resistance, poison resistance, and physical resistance. And this gives you projectile and physical resistance and increases signature attack damage by 3%. I think the signature attack is when you are attacking with a weapon after a while, if you do enough attacks in a row that are successful, it glows. There's that little Q icon in the lower right corner. You can see it's a little sword with kind of a wishy effect around it. That slowly fills up over time, and then it glows. It makes a sound. Your sword glows. And then you can press Q to perform an extra special attack. Every weapon has its own special attack, which is fantastic. I've got to grab this leather in order to craft anything. So now I have access to an iron short bow, which is really good. I do prefer the short bow over the crossbow, simply because I have more control over it. It does more single target damage, and if you hit them in a critical spot, like most enemies, if you hit them in the head, it'll do more damage. And you have to fully pull back the bow to do that damage as well. But I'll showcase how that looks in a little bit. For now, I just want to create a iron short bow, because that will be really nice to have. What else do I need? I need some arrows, sticks, and rubble. And I need a lot more sticks. That is going to be difficult. But I've got 41 for now. I got 3 corn seeds. That'll be nice when I get my gardening workbench. Also, let's see here. I can put another copper in here. 7 more iron now. I'm going to need iron leather. Or light leather. More light leather, I think, before I can make the upgraded weapons there. I'm going to create a copper sword for now. Because why not? I don't need my crude sword anymore. I don't think I can build a disassembler yet. A salvager's workbench. I do have enough things there, but I do need to upgrade to tier 2, is it? Yeah. So I do need some more copper and iron and linen scraps. And then I can upgrade this to tier 2 and get a salvager's workbench. And what that does is I can feed items in here and just it tears them apart and gives me back some base supplies. It's nothing too fancy, but it's nice to have in there. Put these in here for now. Auto sort. I'm running out of sticks, so I'm gonna go and find some more sticks. Curious, now that I'm like populating my building here with actual stuff, that skeleton's not showing up out here right now. I would have probably guessed that it would still. There was another one that spawned over here, so I wonder if by adding stuff to a structure that is normally like pretty peaceful, like the temple, I wonder if that flags it to make the grounds a little safer. It's just me speculating on that. Okay. All right. I think that is good there. I'll go grab some more trees. All right, I've got plenty of sticks in here. Some more. The beautiful thing about trees in this game is everything you get from a tree, except for the plant fiber, is usable for fuel. The tree sap can be used as fuel, the wood logs can be used as fuel, and the sticks can be used as fuel. And the thing you want to focus on when cutting down trees is to just hit the base, and then the whole tree comes down. What else here? Take these ones as well. to implement a reforesting campaign once I get my farmer's workbench up and running, so I can get these trees grown back. But for now, it is what it is. There's that bear. I do not want to trifle with that bear at all. Okay. What do I have? I've got 74 sticks now, some more tree sap. That'll be good. I've got 174 sticks, even better. Okay, this is now in need, so I'll just pull the charcoal in there, honestly. I love how that it saves the spot of everything. Let's grab these out, put them in my chest over here. Some more rubble. And that's as much as I can fit in there for now. I think I'll pull out this 100 block. I can't put the ash log in there either. This is a high roll chest. Can I build one of those? No, I need a furniture workbench for those. High roll chests are not available to me right now. But I do have simple wooden chests. I think I'm going to make 2 of these. And where do I want to put these guys? I will put it in the safest spot possible, right in front of the fireplace. Okay. So here, I'm going to store some ores. I don't need that yet. Fuel can go over here. Wood. Anything that burns, I think we can put in there. Put that back in. So wood, that, sap. I think that's good. Anything over here? No, nothing. Okay. And then if you hold in shift, you can just pour things into it, which is really nice. Boom powder, probably not a good idea to store in a chest next to the furnace. And this will be my natural chest, of course. Do I need anything else? Get rid of my crude sword. I don't need that in there. What else do we have? It feels weird not having my backpack either. Not a fan of that. But, you know, again, I started over for a reason. Because I wanted to try out a new world, and with everything that I knew, see what all the changes were from the beginning of the game. And kind of go from there. I think maybe I could grab some lighting sources. There's not really much else over here. I could create some doors. I do like having doors. Create 2 of those. Let's see how unwieldy. These doors are huge. Oh my gosh, these are huge, huge doors. It takes up the whole 4 blocks if I did 2 of them. Now the sad thing is that's not symmetrical, and I can't justify putting huge doors down here. So I'm just going to put them in here for now. Maybe I'll find a use for them later. It's fine. Used a couple of my iron for it. It's not a big deal. Sort these. I think I'm going to put my smelted and tanned stuff in here as well. And it's just all in one nice little spot. I can get to my furnace, I can get to my tanning rack. Okay. So that, I think, is a good start. I have to unfortunately get running for now. Hopefully, for those that have been able to join and stick around, hopefully you've enjoyed what I have showcased here. If you'd like learning about this game, go ahead and give me a follow. I would love to increase my follower count and get some more folks joining in to kind of showcase what Hytale can do and what sorts of progression you can get throughout this game. So I will probably only play this world on stream and stick to my other world while I'm not streaming. But for now, this is my character. So far, just really basic individual with a sword and sometimes a bow. And I'm going to enjoy kind of going through this whole thing whenever I have a chance to. So keep an eye open for that as well. Thanks for joining, everybody. And maybe the one person that is still here. I now have to figure out how do I stop a live stream? I think I see a button. There we go. All right. Take care, everyone.